has entered.
That's
There
why.
he
There
is.
we go.
Oh, no.
I mean, he ignored my.
Officially recording. So was that a dog?
That was Camille coughing.
Hello, youth ministry, land, peoples, St. John Newman peeps. Thank you for joining us for a fantastic game show called Who Said That? I am joined by a plethora of youth ministry volunteers. Camille, wave your hand. Say hi, Camille.
That's Camille.
That's Camille. Camille, wave so they know who you are.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Okay. Erica, wave. There's Erica. Jessica. There's Jessica. Abigail. There she is. Kate. And Mr. Schneidel himself. And he's already disturbing me, and we're only 22 seconds into this recording. Great. So this is how the game is going to work. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see our lovely people I asked. I asked 5 people several different questions, and tonight you get to guess who said that. Is it Brinky? Is it Father Kyle? Is it Mandy? Is it Sarah? Or is it Scott? You all know who I am. You all know who Father Kyle is. Mandy McNett is our business manager at St. John Newman. She was kind to help us out and participate. Sarah Meeker, as you know, is one of our wonderful youth ministry volunteers. And Scott Morgan is the seminarian in residence right now who will be ordained what on Saturday?
A deacon.
Deacon.
A deacon. So it's very, very exciting. So how it's going to work is everyone starts at 0 points except for Kate and Abby. They start at -5. They know me, so they're not allowed to have any advantages here. But I really don't think they're going to know my answers. It's going to be interesting,
I'm
ladies.
still going to win.
You're still
I'm going to win.
You're going to come back. You're going to win. Okay. This is how it's going to work. I will tell them what the question was. Let's say the question was, name your favorite color. And I will say, A said blue, B said purple, C said green, D said yellow, and E said pink. And they have to figure out which of the 5 of us said which. We'll go through what the correct answers are and score it as we go along. Who's going to be the champion? Abby says she is. Anyone else?
Is that a question or an answer?
And you lost last.
Yeah, Ben, you lost last time, Ben. So Erica's already going, look at this. It's just too much, isn't it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is question number 1. Name a favorite TV show that you watched regularly as a child. What was your favorite character in the show? A said The Cosby Show. It felt like it depicted real life. B said Saturday Morning Looney Tunes. Definitely hard to pick a favorite, but I think Tom and Jerry went out on that one. C said Family Ties, all because of Alex P. Keaton, played by Michael J. Fox. You guys might not know that, but okay.
I know him.
D was I loved Sesame Street and I loved Mr. Rogers. I just loved the neighborhood of make-believe and all the puppets. E said, Saved by the Bell, I guess. And I'd have to say Slater, but I had identified with Screech all too well. So A said Cosby Show. B said Tom and Jerry, Saturday Morning Looney Tunes. C said Family Ties with Alex P. Keaton. D said Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. And E said Saved by the Bell because he or she identified with Screech all too well. You guys all know Saved by the Bell, don't you? Because they...
Not really.
Yeah.
I know the name, but I know nothing about it.
Oh my gosh, it's the best show ever.
Screech, you'll have to Google it afterwards, but Screech was
Right.
like a crazy, geeky, awkward character. So that might help you, and it might not.
Was that the last one you listed
Yeah.
off, Kate?
E was Saved by the Bell.
I don't like this.
I mean, I already know I got all 5 right, so you can just give me 5 right now.
Your confidence usually means you got them all wrong, Ben.
That's not far from the truth at all.
I literally don't think I got any of these right.
It's
I
not.
understand, Kate.
Like,
Okay, are you guys ready? Finish up.
I feel like my mom might be offended by which one I put her for, but
And we're sure that I
I
didn't.
feel like
I wonder if we put her for the same one. I
Ben?
don't know though.
Ben, honey, you
I
did
didn't
not
answer.
answer these questions.
Okay, because I had my name down for 3 of them, but I'll change it.
Okay, are you guys ready? Make sure to
Mhm.
mark which ones. This is a good practice in truth telling, young adults. And remember, young people will watch this. So again, tell the truth. Benjamin Schneidel, that's for you.
You too, Erica. No, don't go lying and fibbing.
Okay, who said the Cosby Show? Who was that?
Scott.
I put Scott.
Mindy.
I put Mandy.
It is Mandy, correct.
Nope.
Who said Looney Tunes with Tom and Jerry?
I put Padre.
I put you.
I put Padre. I put Sarah. I put Scott.
Stop.
You can stop lying now.
It was Scott, was Looney Tunes. Who was Family Ties with Michael J. Fox?
Sarah.
I put
Sarah.
Sarah.
I guess Sarah.
Sarah, very good.
got one.
Sarah. Who was Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers?
Padre?
I know mine's wrong.
You?
Mine's wrong.
Oh, I got that then. Boom.
Brinky was D. And Saved by the Bell was Father Kyle.
I put you for that one.
I put him down.
You're right.
Yeah,
I got 2 of
Okay.
them.
Okay, Abby, what'd you score?
I got 2.
You got 2. Ben,
1.
Camille,
3.
Oh, really? Come on.
Erica,
Oh. 1.
1, Jess,
2.
2, Kate.
2.
2.
Meals
Okay.
winning.
Next question, number 2. When you were younger, what did you want to be when you grew up? Who said, when I was growing up, I wanted to go to culinary school and be chef? That's A. B said, I wanted to be a vet. C said, I wanted to be a doctor. D said, I wanted to be a medical doctor, specifically to do oncology, which would be cancer research. And E wanted to be a nurse, a teacher, or a doctor.
Why are you all so medical? Like, dang.
A was culinary school and a chef. B was a vet. C was a doctor. D was a doctor with oncology. E was a nurse, a teacher, or a doctor.
I
Are
feel
any of you
all wanted to be
actually these professions?
Are any of these what?
Are any of you like actually these professions, or can we like not get that hint?
Yeah, all of them grew up to become doctors.
Okay, well
We
the
did.
last one has a pretty specific hint to what one of them actually does, so I don't know if I can assume that.
Yeah, no, all of them did end up going somewhat into the medical field.
Really?
In case you were wondering.
That's not what I'm
The
referring to.
spiritual medical field.
The
Spiritual
You
medical.
know what? This will help you out. I say often, I was going to be a medical doctor and I was going to save people, but guess what? I still save people. I just save their souls.
Anyway,
Okay, you ready?
no. Hold on.
Finish up. Just take a guess. Your guess might be
Okay.
better than what you think.
Put it down. I'm good.
As Camille said, you could just do the same answers over and over again.
You're down 10 points at least.
Okay, who wanted to go to culinary school and be a chef?
Scott.
Padre.
Scott,
Scott.
very good. It was Scott.
It was-
Very, very good. Okay. Who wanted to be a vet?
Amanda.
I have Mandy.
Amanda Lee
Mandy.
McNett. Very good. Mandy
Man.
wanted to be a vet.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Okay. Who wanted to be, who was the one who answered just a doctor?
Padre.
Padre.
You.
No, Sarah.
Sarah.
Oh,
No.
Sarah's the doctor.
that was rough.
Who wanted to
That's a
be the medical doctor doing cancer research?
You.
Padre.
That's Padre. Yes. that
Oh.
is Padre. Yeah.
That's cool.
And I was the nurse, the teacher, or the doctor.
Woo.
I had a really frightening Halloween costume one year when I was little, and we used to have full face masks, and it was a nurse costume, and it was terrifying. It was just terrifying. Okay, Abby, what'd you get?
1.
1. Ben, what'd you get?
3.
Ooh. Camille. How many points, Camille?
She said 1.
You said 1. Okay.
We can't hear you, Mel.
Oh, Erica?
2.
2.
Woo!
Jess?
3.
3. And Kate?
1.
I feel bad for not knowing the Mandy one.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I had no clue. When she sent me that, I'm like, wait, what in the world? Okay, here we go.
Between 3 and 5.
Okay, number 3. What is your favorite place you have traveled? A answered Rome. I could go tomorrow, except it's, coronavirus
Close.
world, so can't. B, okay, you're going to know this isn't mine because I have no idea how to pronounce it. Oberammergau, somewhere in Germany. Oberammergau, Germany. Okay. C said the Grand Cayman Islands. D said France. And E said Hilton Head.
I know that one.
So A is Rome, B is blah, 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 Germany. C is
What was that?
Grand. Blah, 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 blah. C is the Grand Cayman Islands, D is France, and E is Hilton Head. Rome, Germany, Caymans, France, and Hilton Head.
You said that they have been.
You have traveled, yes. Which was an interesting twist to that question, because, then they had
Help
to.
me narrow it down.
Yes,
Yeah, a
they-
little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Are you guys ready for the answers?
Hold on.
I just made last minute switches and I feel like I'm gonna regret it.
I know, right?
I should have kept I don't know if I should have kept them or not.
I know.
I'm at a loss.
I really don't think Abby and I needed the -5 because this is hard.
Yeah, this is a lot harder
so
than I thought it would
hard.
be.
Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Rome, A is
Padre.
I have
Sarah.
Padre, Father
Either
Kyle.
Padre or
very
Scott.
good.
There's
Yeah,
like
it either have to
50-50
be,
shot.
yeah. I would have said Scott for sure, so I was a little surprised. But who was blah, 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 Germany?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah, very good.
I should have kept my original ones, by the way. That's what I'm learning.
That's
Who said
you.
Who said Grand Cayman Islands?
Scott.
You.
No,
Put
it's you.
Mandy.
I put Becky.
That was your honeymoon, right?
That was my honeymoon. That's
I knew
knew
that.
was
Just
you
mine.
because-
Not mine and Alex's, just mine.
I knew it was you because you have never been out of the country. So
Yeah.
There you go. Who was France? D.
Scott.
That was
It has to
Scott.
be Scott because the last one's Mandy.
Mandy
E.
loves
Hilton
her
Head is
Hilton Head.
Mandy. Mandy.
Amanda loves her Hilton Head.
We
She
know.
does.
She does a lot.
Okay, Abigail, how many points?
5.
5?
Wow. See, yeah, she did need the -5, Kate.
It was on that one. The other ones. were
And
not
how many
good.
points, kiddo?
I got 3.
You got 3. Camille?
3.
3. Arca? 2. And Jess.
2.
And Kate.
3.
3.
Would have been 5 if I kept my original answer. but-
Okay, this one you're going to have to listen to very closely.
Ben.
Name 3 famous people, dead or alive, that you would want to have dinner with.
Oh, Lord.
A, John Paul II, Walt Disney, and Gene Kelly. What has this been? Does that make your brain move
no,
so you think
no,
better?
oh,
If you shake it up, does your brain work better? Oh. Okay, so A was JP2, Walt Disney, and Gene Kelly. B was, this is a little bit longer, but it's worth it. I would love to have dinner with my grandparents again and ask them the questions I never did. Wish I was more present with them when they were alive, but I would love to have dinner with Eric Davis and hear his stories. Who's Eric Davis?
oh, you know Eric Davis.
Some old famous guy.
Everybody knows Mr. Davis.
None of you know who Eric Davis is? That totally gives away the answer. He
Can I
played
Can I Google it?
he played a certain
Oh,
kind of
he
game.
was a Cincinnati Reds player. I
He
should have
was a
known that.
Cincinnati Reds player. You should know
Eric
that.
Keith
It
Davis
does give
is
away the
America's
answer.
former
It
center
does give
fielder with several Major League Baseball teams, mostly notable for the Cincinnati Reds, to which he
Cheating.
wrote his nickname Eric
He's
the
totally
Red.
Well, he gave us the
Davis
answer.
Yeah, no, so
When
Okay.
he is
Hey,
Major League
Schneidel,
Baseball with
Schneidel.
on May 19th.
You know, Shut
eat
it.
him.
C is FDR, Jack Nicholson, and Pope Benedict the 16th. So the 16th is the one who's still alive, just to let you know.
Retiree.
Yes, the retiree. FDR, Jack Nicholson, Pope Benedict. That is C. Okay, D is Judas, St. Teresa of Calcutta, which would be Mother Teresa, and Chris Evans. Talk about a wide range there. Judas,
Don't you-
Mother Teresa, Chris Evans.
I love me some Chris Evans.
I know.
You don't look like him, Ben, so stop saying
He's
that.
a hunk of-
That gave me the chills. No. Okay, and E is Tolkien. So J.R.R. Tolkien, you know, who wrote Lord of the, okay. Y'all guys know who that is? Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. Okay. C.S. Lewis, who's another Christian author, and Chesterton, another Christian author. So A was JP2, Walt Disney, and Gene Kelly. B was grandparents and Eric Davis. C, FDR, Jack Nicholson, and Pope Benedict. D, Judas, Mother Teresa, and Chris Evans. And then E was Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, and Chesterton. Ben, again, are we shaking our head to make the point? He said some. So goofy. So
Look like
goofy.
I feel like I did not do well.
Now,
on this one.
Ben, when you give certain faces, you look like you're trying too hard. Yeah, like that.
And how does
face-
that make you feel?
The face does not make your brain work better either. Sorry.
No, the glasses
Hey,
do.
so who
No.
said JP2, Walt Disney, and Gene Kelly?
You?
Yeah,
You.
That's me. Yep.
Gene Kelly gave it away.
I
Oh.
know.
Disney gave it away for me.
Who said grandparents and Eric Davis?
Not Sarah Padre.
Padre.
Or Mandy.
The biggest Reds fan I know.
Mandy. It was Mandy.
What?
Mhm.
No.
Mandy, she's a big Reds fan too.
Yeah,
I narrowed it down really to
I had
two.
her down before Padre, but then I was thinking, I was like, Padre's like the biggest Reds fan I know.
I put him
Well,
down.
He's having a mourning period right now without his baseball. Okay, who said FDR, Jack Nicholson, and Pope Benedict?
I
It is Scott.
That's
Very
what I
good.
guessed.
C was Scott. Who said the wide-ranging one? Judas,
Sarah.
St. Teresa, and Chris Evans. Sarah, you are correct.
It was Chris Evans that gave that one away.
Yeah, Chris Evans gave it away.
There's a
makes
few of us on here. Mandy could also have said Chris Evans. I'm just saying. But yeah.
I figured Mandy was Threads.
Yeah. And then lastly, then who was Tolkien, C.S. Lewis, and Chesterton?
You.
Padre.
That's the smarticle, the good Padre himself, Father Kyle. Okay, Abigail, what'd you get?
Hi.
Hi, Ben.
1.
1. Camille.
1.
1. Arca.
2.
2. Jessica.
1.
1. And Kate.
2.
2.
Mhm.
Okay, so halfway through the game, 4 of you are tied for first. Abby, Ben, Camille, and Jess are tied for first.
Wait, I really am tied for first?
Yeah,
Me and Kate.
it's
Back
the
here.
first time. It's the first time ever. There we go. Okay.
Lose it.
Here's your next question. What is one object that when you see it, it instantly makes you think of one of your grandparents and why?
I have a good answer for this. Me.
A is percolator coffee pots. When I was growing up, my grandparents had a percolator, and when I woke up in the morning, I would hear the coffee pot making that token percolator noise. It like bubbled. You guys probably don't know what a percolator is. It always reminds me of mornings spent in the kitchen visiting my grandparents. It's kind of cute. What a cute little answer. So that was A. B said a walking stick. My papa had a walking stick and did not have a cane. Walking sticks are what people use when they hike, like my dad has one. So it's unusual to see someone with a walking stick if they need a cane. That's a pretty unusual thing. C said the grandfather clock in my office at home because my grandfather made it.
I know who that one is.
Again, when he sounds confident, we know he's wrong. Have you
No,
noticed
I know
this?
who that one is. I know who that one is, definitely.
Okay, D is pickled beets because when they tried to make it one time, there was a pressure cooker explosion at grandma's.
Oh my.
And pickled beets, do you know how that must have stained? I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Everything.
Everything. Yes, yes. It's kind of like me when I was a kid. My friend and I, we shook, I think some kind of red pop, like red cream soda or something, and we took the top off and it exploded and there was red on my parents' white kitchen ceiling for years. Not a happy thing. And E was when someone orders a Manhattan, my grandparents drank one every evening. So A was coffee pots. Ooh, my battery's running low. Hold on. Excuse me for a moment.
Camille.
Okay, I'm in
I'm
charge
so
while
lost
she's
on
gone.
these.
I'm in charge while she's gone.
That's a lie.
He's back, hut.
A was
Camille, are you in
percolator
your
coffee
room?
pots. B is walking stick instead of a cane. C was a grandfather clock. D was pickled beets, which still cracks me up. And E was a Manhattan. Do you guys know what a Manhattan is?
Yeah.
It's an alcoholic drink.
I know what it is.
I'm sure you do.
Do you know who likes Manhattans?
Scott.
Scott loves Manhattans. And that is not a hint, so don't take it as a hint.
You
He
like
does
the
love it.
fruit from them?
He what?
Don't you like the fruit from them?
I do
Not
like
yet.
the fruit from them. Okay. So who said A, percolator coffee pots?
I put Mandy.
Wait.
Oh,
Go on.
One
That
second.
was
I
Sarah.
wasn't done
Erica's
yet.
gotta
I
finish.
just
Hold
threw
on,
random
Erica's
answers
not done.
down.
Thanks, Kate, for backing me up.
You're
Got
welcome.
you.
Okay.
Because I was not done either.
okay. This is the only time I don't ask. Who said coffee pots?
Sarah.
I have Padre.
It's
I
Scott.
wrote Padre.
Put Mandy.
I had Becky.
It is Scott. Oh, Kate was right. So A
Holy
is Scott. Who was the walking stick? B.
I put you.
Padre.
I put Mandy down for that one.
It is Mandy. Very good, Ben. Look at you.
I know her all too well. Me and
Oh,
Mandy
yeah.
are
I
best
was
friends.
wondering. I was wondering. C. A grandfather clock in his office.
Kyle.
Now, when I said his,
Oh, I did
Oh,
just
and
say
I-
his. It
I
is
put
Father
Sarah
Kyle.
down, so
Who else, Father Kyle?
It is Father Kyle. Okay, who was the pickled beets?
It's Sarah.
It's Sarah. I mean, she's the one who lived out in the country. It'd either be her or Scott. I cannot imagine any of the rest of our grandparents. Well, maybe
I put
Padres.
Scott down.
I'll have to ask Padre if they pickled beets in his day. Okay, so who's the Manhattan?
You.
Becky. That was the only one I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was the only one I knew.
Erica knew it was me because the two of you instantly went.
I didn't get a single
Oh, you
one
didn't-
this round.
Oh, you didn't get a single one. Okay, Abby, what's your score?
2.
2. Ben?
3.
3. Camille?
None.
You know?
I got 0. Why can't you guys hear me?
I heard
I
it.
don't know.
Get closer to your, get closer to your microphone.
Jess, how many did you get?
0.
0. And Kate?
3.
3. Wow. Climbing up the ladder. Okay, what was your very first job? Okay, you ready
Mandy's
for
was
this?
Numbers.
A, B, C, D, E. A, I worked at a storage facility. B, I worked for my dad. C, a grocery store stock crew at Winn-Dixie.
That's a real place?
What?
Yes.
That might give away who it is, honestly. Mhm. You know that book? Did you ever read Because of Winn-Dixie?
I did. I love the dog.
That-
Yeah, it's a real place.
Also on Disney Plus too. Fun
Oh, is
fact,
it?
the movie is. Mhm.
Oh, the movie is. There you
Is
go.
the old lady real with all the bottles and stuff?
What?
Is the
Keep back to the book.
Is that whole story real?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ben. Whole thing. It's all about you.
Leave him and let him figure it out.
D worked at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx. Okay, you guys don't know that, do you? Okay.
Nope.
E was a cashier at Meijer. So we have A, worked at a storage facility. B, worked for Dad. C, worked at Winn-Dixie. D, worked at TJ Maxx. And E, worked at Meijer. Who said that?
I feel
Tell
good
me
about
when-
this one. I
You feel
filled a
good
minute
about
with
this
sweat. That's how good I felt.
I
Oh,
know
wow.
Winn-Dixie has to, I know Winn-Dixie. I have to know. I know who it is.
It was you, wasn't it, Ben?
Nope.
I don't know where that is, so it doesn't help me.
Okay, you ready? Erica, you got it?
I was born ready.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Who was the storage facility?
You, because you still say AAA self-secured.
Self-secured storage. How can I help you? Yes. I worked there for 9 years. So
I only knew that because Abby, right when you said it, she went right down and wrote it up.
you watch Abby and Kate. Okay. B, who worked for their dad?
Sarah.
Second.
Sarah.
I put Padre.
You guys are good because you narrowed it to Sarah or Padre because Sarah's dad's a plumber and they both had their own businesses and Padre's dad did too. But the answer is Father Kyle. So Erica's a little excited. That's good. Who worked at Winn-Dixie?
I guess.
Scott.
I put Scott.
It has to be Scott because Winn-Dixie is a grocery store in the South.
Out of
It's in
town.
Durham. So he's
It's
from Corbin,
down in
Kentucky.
the South,
Down
where
in the
the
South.
wind blows and the trees grow.
Okay, who was D? Who worked at TJ Maxx?
Mandy.
Andy.
Andy.
Mandy.
Mandy worked at TJ Maxx. And who was a cashier at Meijer then?
Sarah.
Sarah. She talks
Sarah
about that
Rivera.
every once in a while. Did you get them all?
Yeah. I filled a minute
Yeah,
he went
Ben.
too. I didn't even have to like change anything. Like that was a good
Wow.
one.
Joe Catherine.
Abby, what'd you get?
5.
5? Okay. Ben, what'd you get?
2.
2. Camille?
2.
0.
Arca?
2.
2. Jess?
1.
1. Okay. And we have 2 more questions. These are good ones too. Number 7 is, what is one of your earliest memories? Okay. A is, Mom would always dress us up, even with hats for Easter. She or he is still in therapy about that one. B said, receiving a tricycle for my 3rd birthday and attempting to drive it down the steps.
Yikes.
Yes.
C
I'm just
said,
imagining all of you do it. It's great.
all of us at 3 years old. Okay. C said, my dad always singing, and in fact, he still does.
Oh, that's cute.
Mhm. D said, maybe getting glasses in the 3rd grade, vaguely my first communion. By the way, that's a really late first memory.
I was
That's
wondering.
what I was thinking too, but
Wow. Okay. And E is playing in my grandpa's produce market. I would ride around on the carts and play in the delivery trucks. So A is dressing up for Easter even with hats. B was the tricycle rider driving down the steps. C was dad singing. D was our late bloomer, glasses in the 3rd grade or first communion. And E was playing in grandpa's produce market.
I don't know if I was confident about these.
This one's hard.
I got all 5.
You got all 5. Again, confidence does not suit you, Ben, because usually it means you're wrong.
Mom, apparently your first memory is not what I thought it was, because that was
Did you
not-
think it was drowning too?
I thought that it was drowning or getting left in the elevator.
I
Oh
definitely
yeah,
thought
those
it
are
was
good
the
ones
drowning
too.
story.
The elevator, though, I think I was 4 or 5, and the drowning, I was kindergarten, I think. I was older.
yikes.
Okay, so
Not as much of
she's
a
not
late
late.
bloomer as this other one, but yes.
Now I need to change my answers.
Okay, who was A? Oh,
She's
wait.
changing her answers.
Ugh.
And what
Ben-
is that?
I had
Ben,
to
are
yawn.
we boring you? This is the
No, I had to yawn.
Okay. Okay, you ready now, Abby?
We're just gonna have to suck it up.
Okay. Who
Okay.
said A, dressing up, even hats?
I guess.
Sarah.
Sarah?
Andy?
Mandy.
It was Mandy.
Oh, I would have loved to see little Mandy in a hat.
We need to ask her to post one on
Pictures.
Facebook.
That actually.
Yeah, now I want to know.
You need to get one so you can post it at the end of the video. Before you
That's true.
post it.
And
Have pictures for the end to correspond.
If you know
With
her
all this-
mom, that one kind of makes a lot of sense, unfortunately.
it does make a lot of sense. It does. Okay, who got a tricycle for their 3rd birthday and tried to drive it down the steps?
I feel like that might have been you.
Padre.
I put Sarah, but I have no idea.
What'd you say, Abby?
I put you.
It was me.
Huh.
Gosh, it was. What
My
Sarah?
I've never heard
My
that
dad
story.
stopped me, but I remember like riding my little tricycle and then kind of looking like, do you think I could do the steps? Do you think I could do the steps? And my dad pulled me back.
Yeah, I could do the steps.
Like the steps in your house? Like
Yes.
To the basement?
those-
Oh, you would have died.
yeah. That wall is very
hard
close to
landing.
the steps.
Okay, who said dad always singing?
Sarah.
That was Sarah.
La, 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 la.
La, 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 la. In fact, this is so cute because they're riding to and from the hospital all day. She made a recording of the songs that he loves to sing, so they sing on the way to the hospital. Isn't that
Aw.
precious? precious people. Okay, who was our late bloomer getting glasses in the
Audrey.
third?
Padre.
Father Kyle. I really need to ask him about that one because it kind of worried me. He was 9 in third grade.
You need to ask his mom about that one, not him.
He like have a serious head injury or something. Like,
This
Yeah,
was the
that's
only one I got.
really. And then E is
Yeah.
Scott.
That
He is
gave
Scott
away
with-
his of Winn-Dixie. His grandpa owns Winn-Dixie.
No, his grandpa does not. Wow. Wow. Okay, Abby, what'd you get?
5.
5?
Yeah, I don't know how.
I think
She
Abby's
changed
the
her answers.
uninvited.
Ben,
No, I
how'd you
didn't.
do?
1.
1. Camille.
I got 0.
0. Miss Erica, what'd you get? 2. Dos muchachos.
The boys.
This is
Yes.
the 2 I got too.
You got 2. You got the boys. Okay.
Yeah.
Kate, 3.
I got the boys and Mandy.
The boys and Mandy.
Boys and
Didn't get
Mandy.
back here,
The
Sarah.
Boys are back. The boys are back. Okay, here's your last question.
Last question.
Last question. Tell about a terrible or sad memory from elementary or middle school.
Ooh.
This is
A
depressing.
said, in 5th grade, I had my thumb smashed in a steel door, rushed to the hospital, and had maybe 15 stitches or so.
That hurt.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah. Thumb smashed in a steel door, 15 stitches. That's like the whole thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stitches. Okay,
Especially for a
B.
little baby thumb.
Little baby thumb. Okay. B was, I was in 7th grade on 9/11. I remember being in my science class that morning when the school secretary came running into our classroom. We stopped everything and watched it all happen on TV. I remember watching the towers fall. My parents were out of state on a trip and we had no idea when they would be able to come home. I will certainly never forget that day.
Can you repeat that, the beginning of that answer?
Yeah, 7th grade on 9/11.
Okay, that I know it.
Mhm.
Gotta be.
Gotta be. Gotta be. Okay, C said, one of my best friends moved mid-year and left our school.
No.
I know, isn't that sad?
Why'd you have just such a depressing one?
Yeah, why did we put this at the end too?
Sorry.
Such a
Sorry.
downer.
Okay. D said, I was bullied a lot in younger grades, and one girl in particular, Erin, was the biggest culprit. I remember her telling me I would never get straight A's. I am stubborn enough that was all it took, and I ended up being top in my class.
Gotta be.
Me
Yeah.
too, Ben.
I know I
Okay.
got too.
And E is, I lost 2 classmates during my elementary school years. It was super tough to have someone your own age die. Okay, these are depressing.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Sorry. So we have A is the steel door, thumb, 15 stitches. B is 7th grade on 9/11. C was one of my best friends moved to mid-year and left our school. D is bullied, and she ended up becoming top of her class. And E was, I lost 2 classmates during my elementary school years. You know, because I'm not B, because I'm not that young. I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade when the Challenger exploded. So do you guys know the story of the Challenger? So the space shuttle went up and exploded. And I'll never forget the look on my principal's face when the secretary came running in and whispered in her ear what had happened. And just her whole, I knew someone was dead because her whole demeanor changed.
You were in the 8th grade when that happened. It was crazy, like, especially if you've seen like I don't know. I mean, I've seen reruns of it, and it's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and it's weird for us
Super
to think,
depressing.
like these people that I interviewed, it's weird for us to think you guys all lived during 9/11, but you don't remember it.
First
Oh,
day
I
of
was watching
preschool.
Clifford.
You were in
I
preschool,
remember it
Erica?
I know
vaguely.
exactly
First
where
day.
I was.
I kind of remember.
Yeah.
I don't. I was one.
You
I
were
was
itty
5
bitty.
or 6.
I was at St. Bart still. Mom's trying to pick me up, take me to Children's for epilepsy testing. They wouldn't let me leave.
I was playing in a little playpen.
You're like 1.5.
I was playing in a
Little
little
squirt.
playpen.
You were a
I
squirt.
don't think you shouldn't be.
I do know I was older than Camille at that time, so
You're 5 months older than me. Let it go.
respect me.
Okay, who said 5th grade thumb 15 stitches? A, who was that?
I put Padre.
I put Padre.
Padre.
Father Kyle, very good.
I just switched that to Padre actually.
There you go.
Yeah, go Erica.
Because you said young enough for 9/11. I was like, wait.
I was trying to think of like who would have been young enough, and I was
I
like,
know, I was like doing math, like.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
Nice meeting
well,
you.
think about that because I'm most of your parents' age,
yeah.
and so I could not have been in 7th grade if I had Abby as a baby. That would, oh wow, would
And
have
I
had
know
her in
how old
6th
Mandy
grade.
is. I know how old Mandy is because we have the same birthday.
Oh, Mandy's a couple years younger than me, but not as young as the one who answered B.
I know, and I know that because we have the same birthday. So I was like, can't be her. It's got to be younger than her.
Uh-huh. Okay, B is then
Scott.
Scott. Has to be
Scott.
Scott.
2 for 2.
Has to be Scott. Okay, who had the best friend who moved mid-year?
Man.
Mandy?
Mandy?
Mandy.
It was either Mandy or Sarah.
Yeah, Mandy or Sarah for sure.
Because you're.
Mhm.
Everyone knows which one is mine, I think.
All the dead classmates.
Yes!
All the dead people.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by dead people.
All the dead people.
So bad.
No, okay. Seriously, of my grade school class at St. Ives, I have had 4 people die. All 4 of them, let me think about this. 1, 2. All 4 of them were, I believe, before I even graduated from college. Okay, 2 of them during the years in grade school and 2 of them before I graduated from college. And then I've lost other ones along the way. It's crazy, but it makes you learn a lot. And I do have to say, it makes you appreciate life. Because when people my age complain about how old they are, I'm always like, yeah, but I'm very blessed to be where I am because, you know, not everyone gets to make it this far. So it's kind of cool. So you already know my answer. So D has to be,
Sarah.
Sarah is D, and E is the Brinky monster.
Brinky monster.
The Brinky monster. The Mama Brinky. Okay, Abby Lou, how many? Holy, wow, Ben. Wow. Camizzle,
Yeah, 5.
0.
5. This is a good one. Erica,
3.
3. Jess,
3.
3. Your scores, guys, actually ended up very, very close to each other with the exception of 1 score. Okay, 5.
5. I had all of them.
Okay, so get this. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. In last place, tied for last, but certainly not the worst because, you know, I love y'all so much, are Jess and Erica, but you guys had 14 points. So I'm pretty impressed with this. Camille was next in line with 15. So there you go. Next in line, tied for 2nd place, Ben and Kate with 19.
You know, bronze isn't too
You're
bad.
5.
Camille.
He's in 3rd place and you're in 2nd, Kate. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Because I started back further.
You
That's why. If
did
you think
start
about it that way,
further.
I did get more than him.
Whoa,
Had
whoa,
to
whoa.
come
Okay.
farther.
Okay, let's all just take a deep breath.
And Abby got 25. I mean, some of that was luck, Abby, because you
It's
didn't
all
know all
pure
those
luck.
answers.
Honestly.
Yeah, I'm very, 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 very impressed. So thanks, guys, for playing that. I think it was fun. Did you learn anything?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, you guys are going to go to Mandy and Scott and go, so I heard your worst memory was, or Mandy, could you show me one of those Easter pictures? I can't wait to hear your stories. Or Father Kyle, were you really 9 when you had your first memory? Because
He's
we're a
still a
little
scar on his
worried.
thumb. I want to do that.
That was 5th grade. He was even older. Oh yeah, you could ask him about the scar. That's true. You could ask about the scar in his thumb. That is very, very true. So.
I gotta ask Scott about Winn-Dixie though. I didn't think he was
Say goodbye. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again. We'll play some other great game at some point. So thanks for playing along. Love you all. We're praying for you. Bye now. Say goodbye.